This guy you might have heard of, Cenk Uygur, he was on Chris Cuomo a couple of nights ago, and they were talking about Donald Trump, the economy, and his re-election chances. And Cenk had a pretty bold prediction that I totally disagree with. Here's what he said.
I think the president's in a world of trouble. Now his polls are down to 40% according to CNN, down to 36% according to Associated Press. He's doing miserably in all of the states, including Iowa, as you mentioned there. The farmers have turned on him. There's almost no one left. And wait till you get to the crash. After the market crashes, he's going to have no support at all. In fact, I'll predict right here for you, Chris. I think Donald Trump will leave office before his term is up. He'll be humiliated, embarrassed, and I know him. He's not going to want to lose, and he's going to run for the hills.
You got that bet all day long.
Okay, let's get after it. Now, so look, Cenk has made some good predictions, and this is in good fun. I could not disagree more. I'm not saying it won't happen, but you can't predict that.
I feel like Cuomo's with you on that, John.
I think Cuomo might be with me.
There's a little bromance between the two of them. You got that bet all day long, Janky, you. Oh, you stop.
Anyway, it's not.
I love it.
He's not gonna leave, man. First of all, I'm not even convinced that if the economy crashes, that's gonna hurt Trump too much, just because I don't think anything in particular is devastating to Trump. He's got a cult base. That's durable. They might be more devoted to him if the economy were to crash. And him leaving beforehand, I like the idea, I get the impulse, but I've also heard it before, including from at least one of the individuals in that clip, that previous dates would come and he would already be gone. And so at this point, we just gotta take the evidence that we have. He hasn't left yet, and thus it seems unlikely that he's going to leave.
Yeah, I don't think Cenk's right on it, but I've thought Cenk's wrong before, and then I'm just like, how did we raise $100,000 for a climate town hall in 45 minutes?
See,
like that stuff. But I feel those
yes.
things are completely different categories. I already feel crazy because even in that clip, the lower third teasing who was on the show later, it's like, to talk about our reality show president, here comes former reality show cast member, Real World Sean Duffy. Like that
was he on the Real World?
He was on the Real World.
I did not know that.
He was on the Real World, man. And it's just like, I don't even know what to expect anymore. And it comes back to the thing that I said on election night as Trump and the lead up to it is just with Trump, it's like a fart in a room. You're just like at the beginning, you're like, oh my God, that smells so bad. But then 20 minutes later, which translates to a term's length, like 3 years later, you're like, I don't smell the same. I remember it smelling terribly. But now that thing doesn't smell so bad to me. Did it dissipate, or am I just nose blind to it? And this has been going on for so long. You don't have like people walking in the room to go, oh my God.
Yeah,
like
because
everyone's
was
been exposed to it. We're all just in the giant fart room that is the United States.
We needed more people to come out of comas. That would have been helpful.
Honestly, that's the special we need to be pitching.
That's true.
Interview people coming out of comas and tell them what the world's like.
That's a good idea. Yeah, and that's why on this show, from the very beginning, we have been trying to not allow it to be normalized. That's been our goal. I can't say that we've been successful necessarily, but that's been the goal. And again, it could happen. It would be great if it happened. I just don't believe it. Now, just to demonstrate that this is all in good fun, I do want to give Cenk credit for a prediction. It's not nearly as bold, but a prediction. Someone tweeted to me that he had gotten it right. And it came about as a result of our story yesterday that CNN had decided not to put Andrew Yang on a graphic of polling as 6th place, which he was. They put Beto O'Rourke instead, even though Beto O'Rourke had lower support. And apparently back on June 13th, Cenk tweeted, fun prediction, Andrew Yang will move past a lot of the traditional candidates and move into the top 6. I think he's going to even pass Beto O'Rourke. So it's not only accurate, it's also oddly specific in that he beat Beto O'Rourke specifically. So credit to Cenk on that prediction. I have a feeling we're gonna have a general election though.
I just point out how like yummy it is that like you're not talking to Cenk about this, but rather doing it on your show. Did you approach Cenk?
I know. Do I have to?
It's like, all right, I'm gonna maybe talk to him in the hallway later, but in the meantime, let's call him out on the damage.
No, but I will. Here is why. Allow me to defend myself. Why? You guys use clips of them on Cuomo on the main show when they're right.
Yeah, no.
Why can't we use clips when they're wrong?
I thought you just needed evidence. Like somewhere on like our network, you're just gonna, or on the server, you're just gonna save this. Like I did call out Cenk, and so later, you need to do what Anna does, man, because Anna's like literally betting him money on stuff.
Yeah.
For this. Yeah,
I've
there's
bet
like
it before and I
there's
never
like
get
a
my money.
fancy toilet number of dollars, I believe she referred to it as.
She wants a fancy toilet.
She
That
needs
makes
a
sense.
fancy bidet.
Yeah, we
It's not a
live
toilet.
in a fancy toilet, America.
But yeah.
Yes. Okay. I will try to remember that. Cenk, all in good fun, but we're allowed to disagree.
It's not. It's
We
not
are. We are. I got him. John destroys Cenk.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think,
Okay.
but we had a fun conversation on this show about like what Trump will be like in a time when he's like maybe a second term person, or like when the specter of re-election is no longer hanging over him. Like what is a legacy to Trump? I think it's being president.
What I can't wait for is if he is second term, we might have talked about this, and it comes time to start, bigging up the next Republican candidate. And he will not do that, I don't think. He will not care at all about who takes over. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.